Hey there, you might have heard that it's important to winterize your outside faucet. Let's talk about how to get that done.
He is a master plumber. He is a plumbing contractor. He is a plumbing instructor with over 20 years of plumbing experience. He is Plumber Tom.
Hey, Plumber Tom here. Winter is upon us, and today I'm doing Plumber Tom Winter Edition. We're going to be talking about how you can winterize your outside faucets to protect yourself against damages. In general, there are two types of outside faucets. Faucets installed prior to the 1970s are what I will call an older style faucet. The pressurized water from inside the house, usually galvanized pipe, extends all the way outside the house and the faucet attaches to the outside of the house. This means pressurized water goes all the way outside. Whereas the second type is a frost-resistant faucet. We'll go into that one in a little more detail in this video. Now, these older style outside hose faucets installed prior to the 1970s function on the principle of a seat and a washer. The rubber washer is compressed against the seat and that shuts off the water. But all that is happening on the exterior of the house. Now, if your house was built during or after the 1970s, you likely have a frost-resistant faucet installed. Now, these also shut off using a rubber washer pressing against the seat. But the genius of this is that all of that is happening back inside the house in heated space. This allows for you to use this hose faucet all through the winter. The basic parts on one of these frost-resistant faucets is the handle, the spout. There's also a vacuum breaker. This is a protection against backflow and is required by code. But then you also have the stem. Now the stem is what connects to the washer. And with these particular faucets, the stem is extremely long. If we can pull it out here. Once it's out, you can see here that the stem is really quite long. And what is happening here is as we turn that off and on, it's just moving that washer against the seat in the very back. This particular faucet is a Woodford brand. Perhaps you can see that here. Woodford happens to be one of my favorites. They're very easy to repair, they're very durable, and of all the faucets that I've dealt with, they are far superior. But all frost-resistant faucets function the same. And one of the important principles here is that that faucet needs to be installed with an incline. When it shuts off, water stops here and all the rest of the water drains out of the faucet. That way, none of the water is exposed to the outside or cold temperature when the faucet is off. And for that reason, we can leave it on all through the winter. So let's talk about the winterization of both types of faucets. If you have the older style faucet that is attached to the outside of the house, it's important that you shut off the water to that faucet from inside the house. Then you would go to the outside, open up the faucet, and allow all of the pressure out. This should be enough for you to minimize any issues with freezing internally in the faucet. You might also add insulation to the outside, and this is just going to further protect the faucet. Winterization of a frost-resistant faucet is actually far easier. You don't have to shut it off as it is usable during the winter. However, one of the most important things that you need to do in order to winterize a frost-resistant faucet is to remove the hose from that faucet. If the hose is connected and the water is shut off, the hose at times keeps the water from draining out of the inside of the faucet. Then you have water build up here. If the water cannot escape the faucet and it gets super cold outside, that cold can actually penetrate in, freezing the pipe inside the house and the water inside the pipe. When water gets frozen inside of a copper pipe, copper being a softer metal will split open. This will happen back inside your house, and you won't even know that it has happened until it's spring and you're ready to water the yard. And you turn on the water and find a surprising amount of water happening inside your house, in a ceiling or in a wall, flooding your basement. That is because once this splits, that water is coming into the house. So, for that reason, it is imperative that you remove the hose from the faucet each fall before it gets too cold outside. This will ensure that the faucet has drained all of the internal water and will protect you against the problem of freezing and splitting. One other note, it's not a bad thing to shut off the water to a frost-freeze faucet if you have no intention of using it. You can do the same as the old style, shut off the water inside the house, open the faucet outside, allow any water to drain out, and then you'll know for sure that you're not going to have any problems. So there you have it. Winterization of outside faucets is really not that complex, but doing so can save you hundreds of dollars or more on damages and repairs in the spring. If you have found this video to be useful, please take a minute to click like, subscribe to this channel, and share this video. Thanks a lot. Have a good winter.
Thank you for watching Plumber Tom. Be sure to like and subscribe.